Okay, now we're going to talk about taking a cancellation call. Now, taking a cancellation call is probably one of the most favorite things that I could do in a martial arts school. I'm just kidding. All right, I know it's the most dreaded thing for any instructor. As soon as you answer the phone, hi, we're having a great day, and you're all pumped up, and then the first thing you hear is, yes, I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to somebody, I want to cancel my membership. It almost, it just makes you really sad, you're upset, you know it's going to be a tough call, okay? So, let's talk about it. Number one, if you have not been trained, okay, then put them on hold. So if you don't know what to do, if you have not been trained by your instructor or your manager or your school owner, then this is what you say. Okay, let me see if I can get Sensei James or Sensei Bill, whoever's in charge of that. Let me place you on hold. Would that be all right, ma'am? Or would that be all right, sir? And then they say, oh, sure, no problem. Thank you very much. Let me see what I can do for you. Put them on hold. All right? That's it for you. Now, you have been trained on how to do it. So let's talk about it. I'm going to reinforce what you should be doing. Pull out their agreement, okay, and know the facts. That's really important. So if you're the one taking the call, place them on hold. Just tell them, hold on 1 second, Mrs. Johnson. I just got to check something real quick, and I'll be right back. Go get the agreement. Look it up. Is it open-ended? Are they expiring in 2 months? What are the facts, okay, of whatever they have left on their membership agreement? Then, after we do that, we'll talk to them and say, oh, what seems to be the problem? Ask them some questions. What's going on? You want to cancel? What happened? You were so into it. Find out what's going on. All right, and then obviously listen to them, find out what's going on. After we've done that, and we found out the reason, okay, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson, what we do in this type of situation is we set up all of our students to come in, and they speak with Sensei, whoever, or instructor, or Mr. or Mrs. whoever it is. That is what we do. So what I like to do is just set you up. When would you be available to come in, or when would you be available to bring your son in or daughter? When would you be available to come in so we can set up that meeting? And then listen. Now, in most cases, nowadays, to be honest, they're not going to come in for that meeting. They just want to quit. I'm sure you've had the same thing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I can get that meeting. Nowadays, the credit card is just done, and you can't even get them on the phone, and they just quit. But let's just say, for argument's sake, we actually set the appointment. Okay? Then from there, all right, what we do is the day of the appointment, all right, we want to confirm their appointment, just like an intro lesson. This is just as important as an intro lesson. Okay, this cancellation meeting that's coming up. Because same thing, we're not going to grow, all right, if students are canceling and we're signing up students. Both of them had to be very steady and very even in order for the school to grow. So we set them up, we sit them down, we're in a room or wherever we do this meeting, and we want to listen. That's number one, we want to listen. Number two, okay, then we want to just respond. Okay, we want to respond. So listen, get the facts, respond. Okay, then the third thing is we want to reinforce the benefits. Okay, sometimes people need to be sold again on why they're training in your school. All right, so listen, respond, reinforce benefits. Okay, then you must have a plan for them. If you've been teaching or you haven't been teaching, what are you going to do? Remotivate them, re-inspire them, do a booster lesson, whatever it is. Let them know what your course of action is going to be so they see, okay, that you have a plan for them. Don't talk about other people, talk about them. They don't care about anybody else except for themselves. What are you going to do for them? Just like you did during the enrollment. During the enrollment, you worked on their punches, you worked on their kicks, you worked on whatever they really wanted. Well, now we're going back to the enrollment process, and we're explaining them our plan, and we're telling them what we're going to do for them. All right? Now, if they still want to cancel, all right, that's your call. That's going to be your call. Every school handles it differently. For our 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, we do a 30-day out in their program because they're so young. Once they get all of our other programs, it's a 12-month or 24-month contract, and we explain it to the membership agreement, and we tell them, we say, listen, your program will not expire until June, so we really just got to make it through this time. I think if we get you back in classes, it's your job to basically coach them that they need to get back in for classes, set them up for the booster lesson. If they just want to quit, they want nothing to do with it, it's your call. Either you're going to let them out the agreement, all right, or you're going to hold them to the agreement, and then the thing is they'll say to you, I'm going to tell everybody about it. And it's interesting, very interesting. Only in the martial arts business or in a membership agreement, okay, business, is where when you sign an agreement, okay, you want to quit. People think they should be let out of it. They think that they should not be held accountable for what they signed. So myself and my school, we will not let people out of their agreements. Okay, we work very hard. We have a budget. If we just let people cancel whatever they want, that's not really an effective way to run a business. So it's your call. Think about it. Talk it over your staff. Make the decision. But make sure you have something like this that your staff could follow. Use this video. Thanks.